Wildcats, Annabelle here. Thank you for joining us as we bring you all the details about what's happening on campus for the week of February 26th to March 1st. We know some of you have already said the Pledge of Allegiance as a Wildcat pledge, so feel free to skip ahead. Everyone else, let's start our episode with the Pledge of Allegiance. Stand, remove your hats and hoods, place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now let's say our Wildcat pledge. Repeat after me. As Westmont Wildcats, we are safe, respectful, and responsible learning community.
We are a safe, respectful, and responsible learning community.
We create, nurture, and maintain a positive learning environment to ensure success for everyone. It's a low-key week on campus. We don't have any campus events to report on. However, our trimester ends this Friday, which means report cards will be going home on Monday, March 4th.
Friday also marks the first day of Women's History Month. We will be sure to share some fun facts about famous women on the news here, and keep an eye out for student leadership activities to participate in. Next week will be a busy week as we kick off Read Across America Week. We will have a spirit day for each day of the week. Monday, March 4th is Pajama Day. Tuesday will be wear a red or blue shirt. Wednesday, wear your favorite hat. Thursday, wear green for green eggs and ham. Friday is Fox and Socks Day, so wear your craziest pair of socks.
There will be a lot of Read Across America activities taking place this week. We will be sure to tell you what to expect during next week's episode.
But before we move on to our segments, we have a quick reminder for our 5th and 6th graders. Year Book Cover Contest entries are due this Friday. Don't forget to submit your art. Let's head over to Zoe, who is interviewing Miss Joyce for our 5 questions with the Wildcat segment.
Hey Wildcats, I'm happy to bring you this week's 5 questions with the Wildcat with Miss Joyce. What is your job here at Westmont?
I am the Behavior Intervention Aide here at Westmont.
What is your favorite thing about Westmont?
My favorite thing about Westmont is the diversity in the students. I feel a sense of community when I enter the school, and I like that every child or student comes from a different background, different culture, and a different upbringing. So I always love to hear every child's backstory.
What do you like to do for fun?
I am a mom of 2 young kids. My son is 4 and my daughter's 2 years old. So we do a lot of outdoor activities. I take him to the park. My son just joined jiu-jitsu, so I like to take him to those classes and seeing him sparring with all of his classmates. And myself, what I like to do for myself is I like to be active, go on lots of hikes, and working out.
Okay. What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear? That's a deep question. I would say my biggest fear is not being able to see my family. My mom especially. I always FaceTime with my mom every morning, so yeah, it would be way different if I wouldn't have that opportunity every day to talk to her. So that's my biggest fear.
Do you have any secret talents?
I do. Well, I don't think it's a secret, but I love to sing. I grew up singing for my church choir. My mom, she put me in singing lessons, so I love singing. My kids always tell me to be quiet, but yeah.
We are so lucky to be here We're so lucky to have you here at Westmont.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us this week. Back to you in the studio.
Now let's check in with Domir and Sebastian for this week's weather.
Hey Westmont, Domir and I are here to give you this week's weather.
Hola Westmont, Sebastián y yo estamos aquí para brindarles el clima de esta semana.
We are happy to report that we don't have any rain in our forecast this week.
Estamos felices de informarles que no tenemos lluvia en nuestro pronóstico esta semana.
We can expect mostly sunshine this week with temperatures in the mid-upper 60s. We can also see some cloud coverage, but otherwise it will be a mild weather week.
Podemos esperar mayormente sol esta semana con temperaturas entre los 60 grados. También vamos a ver una cobertura de nubes, pero además de eso, sería una semana de clima templado.
There is potential rain coming in on Saturday, so we will want to keep an eye out in case that storm moves in early.
Es posible que llueva el sábado, pero por lo que queremos estar atentos en caso de que la tormenta llegue temprano.
That's it for the weather report. We'll see you next week.
Eso es todo para el informe meteorológico. Nos vemos la próxima semana. What sports has for us?
Good morning, Wildcats. Today I'm bringing you our sports updates. Our esports gamers won an overall 9-7. It was a tough game day, but they're ready to bounce back this weekend against Revere. Due to the weather, our Westmont Soccer Club didn't get to play their game last week against Roosevelt. We know you were looking forward to getting to watch their game. They will take on Madison this Wednesday. This is an away game and they will begin at 3:45. Good news though. But moving on to March, all of the soccer games will be here at Westmont. That does it for me. See you next week,
I
Westmont.
wonder what announcements we have this week.
Welcome back to our segment. We are happy to share this week's announcements with you. Let's start with which classes earned the GG trophies for most puzzle fun last week. All of last week's winners get to hold on to their trophies for another week. Congrats to Miss Aguilar's TK kiddos, Miss Gonzalez's first graders, Mrs. Hernandez's second graders, and Mr. Vanderwell's fifth graders for holding the top spot for another week. Trimester 2 ends on Friday. Finish those books and pass those quizzes so we can see you at the AR party. We have a special announcement. We have new Westmont shirts available to purchase. I wonder what the shirts look like. I might know. Booyah! If you are interested in purchasing a shirt, head to the office with $15 cash. Sizes are limited, so don't wait. Let's help raise money for Westmont. That does it for us. Let's send it back to our anchors for our next segment.
As always, let's end this week's episode with some important campus reminders.
Welcome back to our segment, where we bring you reminders that help keep Westmont a safe, respectful, and responsible place to be.
We want to take this opportunity to go over our expectations during emergency drills.
Why is it so important to follow expectations during our drills?
We know it isn't the most fun to practice drills, but there is a good reason why we do it so often.
Like what?
If we ever had a real emergency on campus, wouldn't you want to know what to do to keep yourself and others safe? Real emergencies can be a bit hectic, and we don't want to make it any harder for our teachers and supervisors by not listening or putting ourselves at risk.
It is the teachers and supervisors' job to keep us safe during an emergency and make sure we all make it home safely. I can make it easier for them by paying attention to instructions, taking the drills seriously, and staying calm.
This means staying in line, knowing where to go, and what to do if you are not with your teacher during a drill or emergency.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
That does it for this week. See you next week, Wildcats. Remember to be safe, respectful, and responsible.